All right, welcome everybody. One more time to our finalist stream.
Final.
Uh, Finally,
Yeah.
jeez.
The
So we got a
final.
few more people to cover. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, we'll have a few more guests on today. Got a few people in the waiting room ready to go right now, and then we'll be voting by the time we leave tonight. So,
Yeah. We got that all set up. And also, happy May the 4th, everyone.
oh, I was hoping to avoid doing that. We did
Really?
so.
Really? You were going
It's
to
off topic.
avoid? No.
Low hanging
When.
fruit, man. We're better than that.
But. But. But.
Anyway, hey everybody, how's the audio today? We're going to do the audio test before we drag other people into this to make sure that we have our own house clean before we invite friends over. So, did any of our contestants, any of our entrants today, our guests, specify where do they wanted to fit on the itinerary, or is it just grab a stranger and drag them in?
Everyone's good. So I guess we'll just drag him in if we sound okay.
Cool,
Um,
cool.
it was Mr. Nathan's disappointment of my lightsaber that super audio to everyone else. Audible.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right.
Uh,
Well, shall we
okay.
just dive right in?
Yeah. So, oh, okay. It's primate last. That's fine.
Oh, fine.
Anything. So,
Works for me.
yeah. So I think we'll start off with Clowny. Let me get Clowny
Ah,
up. Yeah, because Clowny is the least technical, so this will make sure that everything works and all good. All right, here
all
we
right.
go.
That works for me. Well,
How's it
good evening,
going?
Clowny.
There.
Oh,
Work.
Oh, got a
hello.
piece of something.
It's like he's trying to communicate. Clowny. Oh,
Am I showing up?
there you go. I got
Hey,
you. Yep.
Okay, good.
Let me
awesome.
just turn you up a little
All my
bit.
stuff, all my equipment comes from the bottom of a Goodwill bin.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Right on.
Right? How
Well,
you
cool.
doing?
Well, yeah.
Ooh.
He's not blinking.
okay. Oh, hold on. I gotta turn my.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's. No, hold on. I gotta turn the volume down on the picture on your faces.
Ah,
It's making me seasick listening to myself.
yeah. I
So,
always suggest
as
you
I,
I hear you.
mute the stream when you're talking because you can hear us, and then that way you're just hearing our stuff.
the back echo is making it hard to talk because I talk and then I
Yeah,
talk again and
Oh, don't
it
want to
screws
interrupt
up your
myself.
speech.
yeah. No, it's there's a word for that effect. I can never remember it.
Wrong?
Yeah.
Not that I am.
Well, how are you?
I am fine here. Uh, yeah, I'm drinking fuzzy. I call it the fuzz water stuff from Walmart. I don't know what it is.
Hmm.
Cherry limeade or something like that. So
Ah.
if some loud expulsion happens, I'll try to get to the mute button ahead of time. But earphone warning. So
Fair.
Well, appreciate the warning.
Yeah. So you
Well,
want to kind of
wonderful.
introduce yourself and explain yourself?
I'm clowny. People like the stuff I draw. It'll probably live on beyond the fact that of all the things that I've ever made, it'll be what people remember will be the box the most, which is fine because I can always just save on shipping by sending people empty boxes.
Yeah. Dude, those boxes are legendary, man. It's like
I've been at this for a couple of years, so
yeah.
I'm probably getting to be one of the older people in this because I have dart scars on me from glue domes from when we had
Ooh.
flip barrels.
Yeah, the old
Yeah, cold weather.
ball bearing or the weighted lead bearing in the top of the foam is just
Yeah,
hot glue, and then some people
Fishing
would
weights.
point. Yeah, that's the word.
We've come a long way, haven't we?
I got into it just on the end of just in the normalization of the end of when we were putting before hoppers were a thing.
Yeah.
Hoppers weren't a thing yet, and
Oh,
Pac
wow.
D. And a couple of years later, Pac D was king.
Mm. Oh,
Boy, who remembers Pac D?
Oh, good
Like
time.
3 people.
My back hurts, Clowny. Thanks.
I got hydro cannon scars, so they were illegal.
Hydro cannons. Good times.
Wild West of modding.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Well, what have you built? What have you brought us today?
yeah.
I have brought you. Oh, hold on, sorry. Yeah.
That must have been an expulsion.
Yeah.
Nah, allergies. They're killing me.
Even worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
'Tis the season.
Yep. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
So, I brought you. Well, actually, no. I showed you pictures of this thing. It is the result of the chat and people urging me on to finish when I should have just quit and started something else.
Oh, dude, I'm glad you finished this. This is
Yeah, glad you stuck it out.
phenomenal. So you get the clowny artwork, which is just, so good. And I want to know your process through it, because obviously you started with the normal pile of blasters as you do,
Kind
and
of.
yeah,
Not really a
Well,
normal pile. There's some oddballs in there. So
yeah,
I remember being
I
skeptical
wanted
of what was going to come out.
Well, I kind of had the idea. Like, I built a couple of those old action pistols before using um, the rough cut handles. Probably 2 or 3 of them, and I've always given them away. And I had planned on building one for myself, and I was like, I want to build one stronger. So the idea was going to be to harvest the plunger tubes from something better and stuff it in there. But between, because there's an inordinate amount of dead space in front of that plunger tube on the Hunter, but it has a sliding catch system or something weirdly.
yeah, the weird
So,
bolt action system, yeah.
Yeah. And I tried to compensate over for the dead space, but the more you make, the more you up the plunger tube, the more dead space you create by itself. Trying to do it. I eventually did shove. Oh yeah, or the barrel is right in the way of it, which is absolutely wonderful because then you can't get a priming mechanism into it unless you really want to hack at the bits. And I wasn't up for basically reassignment surgery on the blaster just to go completely into it.
Yeah.
I mean, you say you weren't up for like making it difficult, but you brass breached it, man. Haven't
Yeah,
you
that was a
learned?
mistake. Note to self: doesn't matter how much space you got, if you have more than like a 1/4 inch of rubber hosing going into a section of brass that's good and tight on a dart.
Yeah.
I can't personally do it because I don't have, the math skills are beyond me, but there is probably some kind of friction coefficient thing that you need to check out that basically, that shows you that you could, fail before you go ahead and cut the brass, polish the brass, figure out the length of the brass. Try to eliminate dead space, and then test every dart that you have to see if any of them fit loose enough
It's gotta
to
work.
actually let the dart leave the end of the barrel.
Yeah. I mean, I will say the brass cutting is so clean. It is so clean. It's
Thank you.
yeah,
I appall the square breach because it makes a stress point.
yeah.
So I try to do circles.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
good wisdom to pass down.
Yeah, the old school trick.
But,
and
you
then...
know, if you get one jammed in there, it makes it almost impossible to get it back out because there's no way to reach in and get it.
It's got to take it apart
It's a commitment.
and build a new one, right? That's how you get the dart out.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, so
Keeps your skills up.
Oh yeah. Just by repetition. It's just
Repetition through failure is still repetition.
Exactly, 100%. It's not failure. That's just how brass breaches function. But yeah,
That's
so
not
you're
that far off.
no. But yeah, so you're putting it together, using some of the old school tricks, going through here, the old trigger link tricks. That snapped on you, didn't it? At one point.
Oh yeah. I know I should have stuck with the Bic pen instead of the trigger linkage system instead.
Yeah.
I found that those Bic pen, a Bic pen, is actually quite a durable piece of plastic to be able to use for trigger linkage.
Oh yeah. No, I was remember back in a lot of like you brought up hydro cannons. A lot of hydro cannons used Bic pens if you wanted to move the trigger around, just because they were cheap and they were very easy to find, and yeah, they're sturdy.
Yeah. I still have blasters that have marker barrels, so
Nice.
I still have markers. I still have markers just for barrels. So.
Good time. Yeah, I remember right before marker barrels became obsolete, someone found that you can go to an elementary school, and which is it's already like you gotta be not creepy about it. That's difficult in itself. But you go to an elementary school, you go, hey, look, I need all your markers that have like dry erase markers that ran out of ink, and they got hundreds over the course of like a single year, and then at the end of that year, people found some other material to use. And it's just...
the randomness really came upon the cusp of maybe we should be looking at a hardware store instead.
Exactly.
A little more standardized.
Stop looking in the random bits drawer and let's figure things out.
Somebody just wandered into the wrong building, like a Granger's and a Staples were right next to each other, and they just happened to be like, hey, what the heck's in this building over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. The sign out front's still red, right? What's the difference?
Yeah, same. Yeah,
I do like you mentioned a lot of old school modding techniques, and it's funny going through some of the pictures we just looked at. When you're looking at the trigger linkage, and those pictures very well could have been from like 6 or 7 years ago. It's very very nostalgic. It's a very warm feeling for me. So
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I really got a kick out of that.
So yeah, simple thing. And I saw the UV resin, the curable UV resin that you use, and
that was cool.
Yeah, for the screw
My
ports.
niece had inquired about using some of that stuff for something, so I went out and bought it, and then she moved immediately on to something else. So now I have UV resin that I needed to justify the purchase for, plus the light that came from Temu for weeks on end with no cord or way to plug it in, apparently.
It's just a bulb with a socket.
Was literally just the bulb, like literally just like a gooseneck, a ring, and then like the clamp was apparently sold separately. So I had to like reorder one to get a clamp.
I too have bought things from Temu and realized, well, that didn't work.
Is that what it feels like to be a billionaire?
Yes. Order a light with a clamp.
Yeah, with the clamp. Yeah, that's it's too rich for my blood. And also then you're just going. I was going through some of your pictures, gap filling with the resin screw bits. It's simple, but it's
what is your patch made out of?
That black? Oh, an ABS sheet I bought years ago.
Okay. Just the
Yeah, I
shadow on it made it
purchased
look like it was curved, like it was a section of PVC or something. I was like, ooh,
Oh,
that's actually pretty
it is.
brilliant.
It's been bent. I had to bend it to match the front of the blaster. So
Ah, cool.
yeah, that was fun. I had to use my hair dryer because apparently my heat gun is buried in somewhere in my place.
Yeah. It happens. Like, oh, I need this tool.
It
Where is it?
takes a
In
while.
the bottom of the pile. What's the pile? Don't worry about it. Yeah. And then, so is that skull also resined or?
I resin coated it because it's made out of like a nylon-y kind of plastic, and they don't like paint.
Hmm.
You have to go through a lot to kind of get the paint to stick. And I've learned from doing other projects that anything on a high traffic is just gonna get ripped.
Hmm.
So
Oh yeah.
I put some resin over it in order to hold it. Unfortunately, I probably should have made a copy of it, but I didn't feel like going through the mold process. And here in October, they'll show back up again. I'll just buy more of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, then, and then the have you linked the? How do you paint? How do you paint good? How do you paint?
How do I paint?
How do you paint? Walk us
Mr.
through.
Nathan
Quickly
asked
walk
about
through.
this.
Yeah, walk us through the process. Like quick walkthrough, but walk us through the process.
Black vinyl dye, because I've learned that although Fusion Krylon is good, the spray nozzle is abysmal. The lighter the color for that, the worse it is. It doesn't like to get into corners, but it's really good at blowing back and getting all over your glasses. So, or if you take your glasses off, your eyeballs, which is even more fun. Because you think paint's hard to get off your glasses, you should try contact lenses.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No thanks.
yeah, that's a great investment. Safety glasses would have been a cheaper one, but we save money where we can.
Yeah.
So,
Safety contact lenses.
Yeah, there's an idea. Oh my God, you'd have to test them. Jesus.
Someone had to test the first LASIK. I mean, so it's just all the same.
Same thing for those I laugh about it and I'll get back on target. Those fishing eggs that taste like worms. Somebody had to
Yep.
Yeah. Somebody had to sit in a chair and eat the ones that tasted like worms, and then eat worms, and then eat ones that didn't taste like worms. And they had to do it more than once in order to get the formula right.
Back
Interesting.
I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What a
mean,
horrible job to sign up for.
nowadays we can just do protein chains and just that's the flavor.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're gonna make someone
So-
eat worms. Nah, protein chains.
Basically, I just kind of like layer stuff in on kind of like a form of dry brushing. I watched a lot of Nerfenstein, Girly Gamer,
Yeah.
Angela Whiteclaw.
That's going way back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she still puts up live streams.
She's a
here and
streamer
there.
now. She streams with her grandchildren.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just not
Cool
nerfing
stuff.
though.
No, like
It's been a
computer
long
gaming.
time.
yeah.
And
I need her-
I watched her do like dry brush pretty much everything. So now everything and I think it's also that with a combination of the fact that I use really cheap craft paints, and most of them are old and separating waterly. Like it just makes it everything that go together.
I mean
That
that might be the
weird
secret.
colors.
Old cheap craft paints, because that looks phenomenal.
I was gonna
Like-
say, can't argue with the results.
Yeah.
I pick weird colors to put in things too. So like
It
there's
works.
there's pink and flesh tones in that wood.
Oh
They
wow.
don't show
Yeah.
up there, but yeah, they offset the other stuff. Like I don't know art theory, but apparently I can do it if I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's a discussion for
So
another time with my old art teacher who
so
just
that
interesting
that's the clowny tip, right? Don't think about it, and then it'll
Just do
turn out
it.
well. Exactly.
I used to tell kids that all the time. Your mom will buy you a new one. Just break it. She came here she came up in a Land Rover. You can't tell me you can't afford another Stampede.
Exactly. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. And then the skeleton, was that hand painted? Did you just like completely just go to town?
Yeah, that was all hand painted.
Damn.
Just that was all done with. I washed that in, so that was in order to maintain that that low end look. I had to use I just used washes, so it's literally like 2 hours worth of just painting, drying, painting, drying, painting, drying.
Layers and layers and layers.
Yeah, layers upon layers.
Damn. It was so good. Well,
What's
do
that
you
front
want?
cap made out of?
Yeah, that was the other. That was the other question.
Front cap.
Below the
With the
barrel, kind
bomb.
of that end panel.
That. Oh, that. I'm pointing my screen like.
Yeah. No, I
see
always
Do it
see
all
it.
the time.
There's stuff here exactly where,
Yeah.
I'm pointing.
Yeah, where
so
you're pointing, exactly.
Yeah,
Where
then admitting it in front of everybody instead of not making myself look like an idiot. That's the other part of the pen.
Yeah, but I mean the flat portion. Like it looks like on my screen here, it looks leathery.
Okay. I was gonna point at the screen again, but that's not working.
I'm pointing. I don't know if you could see the.
Is
see
it the thing?
screen
Not the
delay.
thing with the bomb on it?
Yeah, thing with
Yeah,
the
that's
bomb
the
on
one.
it. Yeah.
Oh, the thing with
I
the
guess I
bomb
should have
on
said
it.
what's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's an ABS sheet.
Oh, okay.
Really?
That you
Yeah,
just
that's an ABS
magically
sheet. One side's
molded
textures, one side's not, and I bent and shaped it to fit, and then drummeled the image into it.
to.
Oh man.
Damn.
Yeah. From here, it in pictures when I was looking, it looked like a piece of like leather. That was like the raw side around the out, and then it was polished in the middle and then engraved. But that's all freehand dribbling on ABS.
Damn.
Wow.
Just
Okay.
So much talent.
That's even cooler.
Yeah.
It's all done in silvers and metals.
It looks so good. Looks stupidly good. Looks
Trench art from World War II is awesome. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you want to give us
beautifully done.
a vote for me? Because I know us. We will talk with you for hours. So I'm gonna make sure you give us a vote for me, and then
We might have to do that later sometime.
yeah.
I would honestly
Another
say give a
episode.
vote for me, but everyone else's monsters are a lot cleaner and nicer looking.
Dude.
So, like, you can third party your vote for me, and I'll put a boot on my head and declare myself
Yeah.
winner. But you
Do
are
I get a pony?
more than welcome. I mean, yes, I will be happy with the participation trophy and the lesser title of Zinc Saucier that comes with double the prize money. Vote for me if you want to, but somebody else is probably a better bet.
Dude, don't sell yourself short. We have so many good contestants, and you're up there with one of them. Nathan and I actually we had the form set up. We couldn't decide who to vote for. We're like, no, we need to sleep on this. It's just too many good people. You're
We
one
actually
of the
argued for about 20 minutes
Yeah.
going through the ballot on. Well, there's this one. Well, yeah, but so and so did this. Well, yeah, but what about this? And you narrow it down to like 4 or 5, and oh, geez, yeah, it's going to be a tough vote this year.
It's going to be really tough. So thanks for making it tough,
I don't
Clowny.
know
We
where
appreciate
I'm
you, man.
placing my notch on mine either. So I got some ideas. I just don't know. I mean, I might just have to go through and just like either abstain or just click everybody's thing to be done.
There
with
you
it.
go.
Oh, you got to vote. You
Gotta
gotta
vote.
play along.
Everyone got to vote. But yeah, thank you so much for jumping on, Clowny. Thank you for participating. I love seeing your builds.
It was a pleasure being here.
Yeah, thanks for giving us a little chat.
I enjoyed being on here.
Well,
It was
good. We'll have
fun.
you again sometime.
Yeah,
Well, thank you. I would appreciate that. I do
Definitely.
nothing, so
you do great work. But yeah, we will talk with you later, man.
All right. Have a good
All
night.
right. Peace.
Like, yeah, Clowny does.
We'll
good
have to have a
stuff.
Clowny episode someday, I think.
Oh, definitely, because
Down the road,
that's
we'll have-
just like okay. Well, we'll bring Clowny in chat. It's just like with a lot of the old nerfers that I first met Clowny 7 years ago, 8 years ago. One of the first End War, 2017 End War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I,
he's
I,
just,
I met him 18 End War.
yeah, he's just an awesome dude. And then I thought about that. I'm like, oh, I'm old. But yeah, it's just well,
Nah,
yeah.
I like talking to Clowny.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah. So let me go back to this screen.
All right.
And yeah,
That was fun.
yeah. So next up, I think we'll bring in. Let me find my stuff. I think we'll bring in Captain Shotgun next.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff. Let me just make sure I have everything up and ready. All right. Captain Shotgun is not on deck, but technically in chat.
There we are. Well,
Hello,
good evening.
hello.
Hi, am I on?
Yep.
You certainly are.
Hello, everyone.
Talking.
Nice to finally talk to you two.
Yeah.
Hey,
good to talk
same.
with you too. Hey, we talked before. I helped you with the No, that was Adam, but you were in the call too.
Yeah, yeah.
The stream.
I was just sitting there quietly. I had nothing to add to the conversation.
No, all good. All good.
Sometimes that's all right.
Yeah.
Sometimes
but-
you just hang around and learn.
Yeah, gotta do the learning thing. But you want to introduce yourself and explain yourself?
Yeah. Who are you? What do you got?
I am Carter, better known as Captain Shotgun. I am somebody who plays with children's toys and make them painful. I think that sums it up pretty well.
Nice, nice.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, so yeah, walk us through then. Your
Hey, you had
painful
kind of a
children's
journey on
toy.
this one. It sounds like. So what? How'd that go?
Exciting, very, very exciting. If anybody isn't aware, this was my first real integration, and I'm very, very proud of it at this point, honestly. My first one did not go so well. I DevConned a lot of parts sideways, and it took me about a week of heating and cooling and bending to try and get it to crows, and it hasn't been opened in over 3 months. But Deepfake started out as a backup plan. I was originally going to do a Raven with a Centurion for the competition before the sizing requirements were announced, and I knew that was going to be way, 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 way too big. So then I decided I was going to put my spin on a classic. I'm not a huge fan of Stravens. I feel like they are they just weren't really my thing, but it all started as, oh well, I'm gonna see if I can make it the way I like it, and even if not, it'll be everybody needs to build a Straven at least once. So I was like, about time, I'll just do it. I mean, no better way to learn than to do.
Yeah.
So after I did the mini strife part, because as many of you know, I like high power, and you can't get really high performance and high accuracy out of a full-length blaster. So I decided I was going to make it a half-dart blaster, and then one thing led to another, and then it ended up with the dual stage on it, and then
Yeah,
just
so
a lot of talking to
so-
go ahead.
Oh yeah, so the dual stage. That always the plan to have the dual stage, or did it grow on you to do the dual
Is that the slippery
stage?
slope?
Yeah.
So I actually had the idea to do a dual stage in a strife well over a year ago, but I had no clue how to do integrations, and I wanted to learn before I tackled something so big. The way I actually came across that was on the Band Brasters website. They have a 300 FPS strife cage, but the only way that anybody had made it fit was just cutting off the front of the strife, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit. So I was like, I bet I can make it fit. And it just one thing led to another, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to put that into this blaster and just try it. I mean, my thought process was, it took me 1 day to do the entire mini strife in the Raven part, at least to get it DevCon together, and then it took me another day and a half to get the dual stage part added to it. And my thought process behind that was, well, if I mess up these cuts, then I have another Raven and another strife, so I can make it again.
There you go. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't let
So,
failure or the chance of failure, paralyze you. So you keep going for it. That's
Playing
big
with a good
props to
backup
that.
plan.
Oh yeah, great backup plan. How'd you get the dual stage? So yeah, obviously you just took another strife, stuck it on the front of the first strife. How'd you get that lined up?
trial and error. Honestly, I didn't mark the cuts for the cage to fit. I marked the cuts to be in the size requirement, and I was just praying and hoping the cage would fit. And I didn't pay attention to where I was cutting, and I ended up cutting off the mounting screws for the flywheel cage, all of
Ooh.
them, but the two closest to the magwell.
Mm.
And I ended up getting the cut so close that the flywheel cage is just being held on by the two rear screws, and by rear I mean the ones towards the magwell,
Mm-hmm.
and then it uses the little barrel piece plastic thing that goes between the muzzle and the flywheel cage, and it's in there so tight that it is holding it perfectly in place without flexing it one way or the other. Um,
Nice.
so it is just barely in there where I'm not worried about it moving and catching the side of the cell and ruining the motors.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Hey,
that's awesome.
good,
A little
good way
risky.
to make that work.
A little risky, but very. And I'm glad it paid off. And yeah, it's awesome. Awesome
Heck
move.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the original plan was to put the 300 FPS cage in there. I really
Mhm.
wanted to do that, but that's a $140 cage.
Yeah.
At the point where I was at, I still had to buy paint. I still had to buy some putty stuff, and by the time I had bought $100 worth of paint and $50 worth of putty and sandpaper, I was like, yeah, that cage isn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I had a
Yeah.
It
buddy
does add
print
up
out the
quick.
cage for me.
Hmm.
Yes, it does. I had a friend print the cage out for me. I don't
Nice.
like printing in PETG. It gives me a headache for some reason.
Yeah.
But that's off topic. I had a friend print the cage for me. He did it at cost, so I paid like $15 for it, including shipping. And then I
Nice.
got the motors and everything from out of darts. I
Hmm.
had a set of motors and flywheels laying around, so I went with the cheapest option I could to still get the dual stage to work, which
Yeah.
is what I wanted to do.
Heck yeah.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. No. Yeah, PetG is always a bit of a nightmare to print with, but yeah, that worked out well, and the fact that, as you said, it more or less the friction fit of the barrel hole kind of is the front support to hold it in place,
That works.
and it's always one of those memes of I'll never financially recover from this blaster, you know.
That is definitely how it's going to be. I do plan to put that cage in this in deepfake along with a couple other things that's going to be deepfake stage 2.
Hmm.
But at this point, that looks like it's going to be about another $210
Oof.
all in to remake the internals. Basically, that's
Yeah.
basically what I'm going to do is just redo the
Yeah.
entire internals and really make it just perfect. I do want to point out the cages that I put on the thread are not the cages, or not the cage that I used in this blaster. That's one I printed out in POA just to make sure it would fit.
Yeah.
Um,
The test fits.
it does have a PET G1 in it, and I actually have an ABS cage on my work desk right now, just in case
Nice.
this cage gives me any issues. I can just swap that in.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, because PetG has a little bit of flex, so you always have to care about. But yeah, you should be fine though. It's
Yes, yeah.
yeah.
I'm not too worried about it, but I always like to have a backup just in case. As long as I don't burn out the motors with this cage, I can just swap them over and I'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then I know you wanted to have a speaker in at one point. Was that you've already spent so much money at the blaster? You're like, maybe not. Maybe
next time.
I'll save some money for food or something.
No, no. For the record, just so everyone knows, it's not like I make really bad financial decisions. Most of my money does go into Nerf, and it goes in the Nerf in my car. But I am a unemployed high school graduate at the moment,
Yeah.
prepping for college, so
Nice.
I don't have a lot of spare cash at the moment.
Hmm.
But for the speakers, I actually have them. They were actually a part of my first integration. That I ended up pulling out of it, obviously, because it's not ever going to be finished. And I was like, well, let's just add something else to it. But by the time I had marked where they would need to go, I realized that it was going to take away a lot of structural integrity from the cell,
Yeah.
and I wasn't comfortable doing that because I am indeed using this, and it's probably going to get dropped at some point, and I just don't want it to get destroyed in the process of it being used.
Yeah, yeah.
Wise decision.
Yeah, no, very smart. And so you said you're going to use. Where do you, where's this making its debut for when you use it? Do you have a? Do you? Have
Oh, I already
normal...
used it. I have a club, Smoky Mountain Blaster Club. If you are in Western North Carolina, North Georgia, or North South Carolina, I definitely recommend you check us out. We're still kind of small. We shut down right during COVID, I believe.
Yeah.
Because very small amount of people would come. But I convinced the founder to start it back up, and we've had 3 games this year so far, and we are planning to continue to do it. So if you're in the area, come check us out.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. No, it's already, so yeah, it's already debuted a thing. It's awesome. It's handling well. You
I've had no issues with it. I had a lot of feeding issues with it, but I played around with the pusher mech for a little bit and finally got it to work. That's the thing with mini stripes; they're finicky. There's never 2 that are the same. Every single one's different.
Yeah, it's always alignment takes a long time. And then if you can, just walk us through the paint. Kind of your paint job. How do you? I know you asked a lot of questions, and then you were trying some things out. But yeah.
I did try some things out. I did ask a ton of questions to the point where I was afraid I was annoying certain people.
No, that's
fine. I've never really done good paint work. I've done maybe 4. Well, no, I've probably done 6 or 7 paint jobs before this one. All kind of just mediocre, just trying to figure out what works, learning what not to do mainly. This one is definitely one of the nicest that I've done so far, for at least in its style. I do have one paint job that I think it turned out better than this in the past, but it's a completely different style, so I'm not going to compare it. But it turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. He started out with a Rust-Oleum filler sander primer thing, and I put a couple coats of that over the blaster multiple times. Then I did vinyl dye, which I believe there's photos on there somewhere of me messing up the vinyl dye crack battery. Apparently,
I
it
glossed
just
over those.
apparently it doesn't just all seep into the plastic. It will still pool and it will still mess up. So don't just dump a whole can of vinyl dye on it. You have to be careful with it. So I got all that fixed, and then made a couple mistakes with taping. So I had to take all the tape off and then fix those issues with a little bit of spot putty and sanding, and then it was back into primer and paint. But after I got everything taped off, I used a Bear white gloss spray paint, which I actually really like. It's a very thick paint, and it almost created another cell to the blaster. It's thick to the point where it helps with body work.
Nice.
And I really liked it. It turned out great. It has a good texture to it, and it looks good. I had no issues with any of the chemicals and the different paints reacting. But after I used the Bear spray paint, I came behind it with some clear coat. It's just a 1K clear. I wanted to use 2K, but I couldn't find any Rokuri, and I was not paying $50 to Amazon for 2 cans.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find any Rokuris, so I found some 1K and used that. And it has a very nice shine to it. Not quite as shiny as I wanted, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. It has a nice finish. Yeah.
I did make a mistake with doing a little bit too heavy of a coat of the clear coat, so there are some spots that are a little bit yellowish, which isn't fun. But like I've said repeatedly, and I'll say it again, it's going to be used, so I'm okay with it not being perfect. It already has a couple chips and marks in it. It's going to get beat up, so I'm okay with it not being 100% perfect.
Yeah. It's a functional. It's a built to built to use blaster, which is always great.
Heck yeah.
It's always good. But yeah, if you want to give us a little vote for me spiel, kind of get that vote out for you.
Okay. I sort of probably prepared for this since I watched the last 2 streams. I sort of came up with a little speech here.
Okay.
Just if you like it, please vote for me. But there are a ton of other fantastic competitors out there who have builds that I think turned out a whole lot better than mine. So just vote for who you think. I don't want to sway you or anything. Yeah, just do whatever you want to do. But I do appreciate it if anybody does vote for me. Thank you in advance. But yeah,
Yeah, no, vote for. I mean, everyone was being humble. Vote for Captain Shotgun. It's a good. It's a good blaster. You did good work, especially your first integration. Phenomenal.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah,
That's pretty good work.
Phenomenal. But yeah,
I really appreciate that, especially coming from you two.
no, thank.
And you learned a lot, it sounds like. So that's going to make your next endeavor even better.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I already have a couple lined up.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. But yeah,
Well,
thank you
keep us
for.
posted.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you post in the Discord. We would love to see it. Thanks for jumping on. It's appreciated.
Yeah, appreciate
for
having a little
having
chat
me.
with you.
No problem.
Have a good night.
You have a good one.
Good evening, fellas.
All right. But yeah, what are these people doing first integrations? And it's just like, I think back to mine, which is probably sitting in a landfill somewhere in Australia with a leather hand, like a goth leather handband mounted to a Vulcan by bolts that were tearing at the leather. And it's just all the cuts are so rough because I only had a hacksaw. Ugh.
It was different times back then.
Different. Still. Still. These people are talented. But yeah. So
If we didn't vote for all the people that said to not vote for him, nobody would be voting.
exactly.
I
Everyone
hope everybody
vote.
votes for somebody, even
Yeah.
if they didn't want you voting for them.
Exactly. Everyone vote. There's a lot of cool blasters. Agonize over it, suffer over it, but still vote. Yes. So let me go over here, and then we will go to
Adam next.
yeah, Adam. Let me just
All
bring
right,
a picture
sitting
of
all
everything up.
Lonely waiting in the waiting room.
Yeah. So Bonnet.
Get
Where
on in here.
is? Yeah, I just have to pull up his Discord. There's that. So that's all ready to go. And bam. What's
Good
up?
evening.
Hey y'all, how's it going?
Good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
How you doing?
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I'm doing all right.
Nice.
Nice. That's a
You
good way
wanna-
to be.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Indeed.
Yeah. You want to give
Indeed.
us a who are you? What do you got?
Absolutely. My name is Adam. I go by Clinically Insane on Discord. You'll see me around in a good chunk of servers. I've been in the hobby since 2016. I want to say, because that's the year I went off to a school in Idaho, and then we found this little place called Dart Wars. If you know, you know. And so, and then here we are. I'm here. I've been building blasters. I mean, I'm legitimately. I probably took apart my first blaster after I went to Dart Wars the first time.
Nice.
But, and like I said, I've been doing this ever since. So I've gotten better. I've done some things that I'm not proud of. I've done some things I'm very proud of. I've done some things the community is not proud of me for. But like cutting up Sonic Ice Centurions, people throw fits about that, but that's
yeah.
okay.
That's fine.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But this blaster for this competition, I really enjoyed making. It's my first long shot Strife.
Nice.
And of course, I had to put my own twist on it. We went with the folding stock from what is that rival blaster called? Hypnos.
Yeah.
Hypnos.
I like that.
And then I was originally going to use the Strife battery tray, but then I decided, I didn't decide, just what am I going to do? That would be an incomplete thought, but that's okay.
You didn't decide, you just did.
Yeah, I just did. And so for battery placement, that's what I was trying to get at. I was going to use the Strife, but then I was like, no, I could do better. So I went with the top slide and half shell of a Recon Mark II, mounted it under the long shot front end, and blended it with the long shot Strife back end.
Okay.
and then I basically just have a screw in there, and I unscrew it, and I can slide the whole grip mechanism back, and then that's my battery tray.
Oh.
I
Oh,
might
that's
have I might have a picture somewhere, video, something of that.
I'm hunting
Operating,
for
I don't remember.
That's your firing video. I'm going through it. I'm going through it. But maybe
Yeah,
maybe
you can see
we'll
where I
start
put
at
the
the.
screw on the side, but
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was wondering where your battery was because I'm like, no, that tray
Yeah.
doesn't move anymore. So that was one of
no,
the
yeah,
question I was going to ask
just
you.
yeah. But I guess we'll start with the questions then, because if not, I'll just keep talking.
Oh no, it's all yeah, no, that's
wrong
the
with
point.
that.
It's, we're good with you talking, but
Oh,
I will
Yeah,
throw
you
in
tell us the
questions
story.
of like,
Take us on the adventure.
yeah, well that's
right.
kind of the first question is, was this planned from the beginning or did you
Oh,
kind of
no,
have
no,
the
no.
plan?
No, not at all. No. Originally, I was gonna do what a bunch of other people did, is make like stupid compact bullpups.
Mm-hmm.
But then, if you look at my second to first picture, the second picture in the list of pictures that is this entire
Yeah.
project,
Yeah.
you can see I tried doing a bullpup configuration, but
I was
it
liking
didn't work
that.
out because of the length of pull. It was like unreasonably long.
Mm.
Now, had I really thought about it and maybe like shoved the hyperfire in there instead of the strife, and then done like it would have been difficult. It would have I probably wouldn't have finished it. But these are all afterthoughts. I'm happy with how it turned out to begin with.
Oh
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
No, it turned out very
Yeah,
well.
no, I dig that.
I tried, like I said, tried the bullpup, didn't work out, so I just went with the standard configuration. And then just worked my way up from there. I could have done a solenoid after, like, hollow out the strife, do a solenoid, but I decided to go with just a worker full auto kit because
Yeah.
they were on sale at Out of Darts, and
Yeah,
they're probably
nice.
not going to be made for much longer.
No, they're going they're going out of stock.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so I'm glad I got my hands on one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But other interesting tidbits. Although you might have seen him only like 3 times, the Chaos Frog is still here, and he was always watching.
Of course.
And he's watching me right now. He's in my walls.
Always, yes.
I don't know what else is there to say about this.
Okay, well, I'll so your putty work to connect everything. What do you is that like DevCon and like epoxy
Okay, so
putty,
it's
or?
mostly DevCon. What I did was I used I think I went through like 3 tubes of DevCon just to get everything lined up and situated and everything. And then the actual putty that I used, it was, I think, EP200, which is the stuff that Out of Darts used to sell.
Yeah.
But I found a bunch of it at Home Depot in the piping section. I was like, well, this worked the one time I tried it, so why spend $5 on JB Weld putty when I could spend $2.50 on EP200?
Yeah.
So it was a cost cutting measure, but it worked. It still works. It's solid as a rock.
Nice.
And then got that, sanded it, didn't sand it enough. And then, because I was running out of time, and I knew if I took took too long to sand it, I would completely run out of time. I'm just kidding. I rushed this shit. It was so fast. I don't know why, but I know I should have taken more time to sand it.
It still turned out well.
But it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. For my standards, this is better than normal. Trust.
Fair.
I know Nathan has seen some of my stuff, and I think the roughest one I ever showed him was this bullpup bolt action thing I built.
Oh, the Retaliator one.
Yeah.
They had the reversed bolt action thing. I still have. I have one of those sitting actually on the shelf right there, all mocked up and ready to go because I want to replicate that. Because that was such a cool idea.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It was tough. I'll tell you that much.
I believe it too.
I think I went through like 4 Dremel bits trying to get it right.
Ooh.
Yeah, no. For those of you who don't know, I know you've shared a lot of your stuff on the Discord, but there's a lot of unusual ideas that you've come up
Yeah.
with. Just stuff like you showed up at the arena and it's like, hey, look at this weird thing I've made, and I just sat back and was just like, whoa, whoa. So it's nice that you're keeping up with a theme of just like cool ideas, like the Hypno stock on the Strife long shot combination. That's on my list, and
Okay, good.
then just the way the Hyperfire grip wraps around and then kind of rolls up into that Hypnos block at the back and everything. And it's just you have a lot of good ideas, and I like that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Is this
And it's always tough because adding the long shot on the Strife, it tends to make it rather kind of a boxy looking blaster. But if you just remain with the regular attachment point for the stock, it tends to be a bit too trim. Like it's kind of the stocks always tend to look a little too lightweight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it makes it look top heavy or front heavy. But the Hypno stock is light enough to be folding and everything. It's kind of skeletonized in a few spots, so it's not overpowering, but it's still proportion wise looks really good and comfortable and correct. And it's just I really appreciate that. That was a good move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it rounds out quite well. It just it brings that boxiness to it that doesn't necessarily get there with how other people have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen like the long shot stock added to the back, but that's almost too heavy.
Yeah.
And so you found a really good fine line because the blaster does look good just as a long with no stock. It still looks cool, but having the stock on there, it just balances everything out. It's just a very very tastefully done.
Thank you.
Very. Yeah. And so is this? So a couple question did you make this to use, or did you make this just for the competition? What was the?
Well,
is this going
yes
to be used?
and yes.
Okay.
So I made this because there was a competition, and I made this to be used. I'm going to bring it to my next indoor game. That's where I'm going to get chronograph readings for those that care.
Okay. I do.
Want
Yep.
that.
I
Yep,
do. That
yep,
was
yep.
a question. So okay, we'll get those. Perfect.
And so hopefully that'll be there by next Saturday.
Awesome. And then oh, you keep going, and then because the other question is completely different. So you keep going.
Okay, well, yeah, just go with the other question because I don't know what I was going to say.
Okay. I mean, where are we? Who are you people? But yes. So I see, and I forgot to ask a lot of the other people. But I need to ask because I remembered this time with my thoughts in my brain. I see you have the build box painter taped up on your table. Has that been there the entire competition, or did you set that up later?
I set that up. If you look in the photograph in the entry photograph, that's when I set it up. I set it up for the entry photograph, and it's still on the table, by the way.
As a side note, I still have the build box, the original build box when we were first mocking up the concept of build boxes.
Do you still have it on the floor?
Yeah, it's still on the floor over there. I've not done anything with it, but I walk by occasionally and it's like, the ground's a long ways down. It's fine. I'll just leave it.
It's fine. It's just, it's almost like a haunting reminder. It's like, well, and that'd be the question was that like motivation, or did it get to the point of where you almost got mad at this inanimate object of a box that you created?
Oh no, I was never mad at it because my build never had the chance to even get out of it.
Fair.
So,
The way to look at it.
it was just there to guide me.
The guiding box.
Yeah, the guiding box. It whispered to you in your sleep. It was like, yes, build me.
I do have to ask about the Vector Magwell.
Go ahead.
I remember you mentioned it as far as like, is it legal even though it's a kit part? And yes, it's ABS, so we counted it. How did you attach that? Because if I recall, the Vector Magwell is a single cast piece or single molded piece. Is it a piece that affixes, or is it like glued in place and you just pray you never have to take the blaster apart, or is it affixed to one half of the blaster, or how did you stick that in place?
So that's a wonderful question.
Good.
If I was any lazier, I would have just glued it in place. But I thought ahead, and I was like, something's gonna go horribly wrong if I glue this in place. So instead, I drilled and tapped 2 holes, one on each side, and it's held together with friction and 2 Nerf-sized screws of the right length.
Crazy.
So is it
So
is it like some of those back screws where it goes into
yeah,
like the
it's
handguard?
well, yeah, I think they're both silver and they're probably from Busby, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're whatever size screw that blaster that I stole them from uses.
Oh, I can see it up there, right underneath the vents of the long shot. part.
Yep, they're silver, so you
Gotcha.
should be able to see them.
That's really clever.
Nice.
So if I ever need to service this thing, I got to take that off, but it's worth it.
Well, now that you did it, you'll never need to service it. But if you didn't do it, you would have needed to.
Oh yeah, you
So-
showed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you made something bomb-proof. But that's what you do, right? You give all your options to easily take it apart. You'll never have to. It's just math.
I do like that little addition on the bottom, just kind of, it's not the full dang vector. It's just enough to kind of, I don't know. It's just enough to give it kind of a unique profile. I like that little addition.
Yeah.
It doesn't let me use drums anymore, but I mean, that's just like whatever.
Yeah, small issue.
You can 3D print a weird drum if you really wanted to.
Oh yeah, I could probably design like an extended mag lip for any drum, probably.
Yeah, that'd be
that's a nice workaround, I bet.
Yeah,
for a very specific problem
that probably no one else has. But hey, doesn't matter. It's all
just
good.
For me.
Yeah, but no, it's a great little blaster. You want to give us a little vote for me, a little spiel?
Sure. Let's go with vote for me in my blaster, or I swear I'm gonna start integrating Red Strike stuff.
That's a threat. Do we allow threats? Have we discussed threats on this show?
This is the Airbud rule. There's nothing in the rules that says he can't make threats.
Okay. Well, we might be adding that along with some other issues about stuff. And I don't remember what else. After the show next season, there's gonna be another page to the rule book.
When people make rules. But
No, I'm not serious. Hey, but thanks for having me on, and I'm glad I got to compete this year.
No, thanks for competing.
Good, glad to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving us a few minutes to chat.
Oh yeah, and we'll talk soon.
Indeed.
All right, later.
Have a good night.
You go too.
Yeah. So okay, add that to the list for next year. The contestants can't threaten the voters.
You're gonna put the list back out. We'll do that after the show.
Yeah. But so Primate, if you're able to, if you want to, let's see.
He's floating in chat.
It's our super secret sign up thing. Don't worry about it. I don't care if people can see it. I mean, kind of. Here, we'll cover that. There we go. Hit it. Yeah, if you're able to, all good. If not, or if you need a few more minutes, we can talk about Bludgeon, because Bludgeon has not signed up, and Bludgeon has 2 blasters. So.
Wait for a moment.
Yeah, we'll give
Trying to catch up.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll give them a moment, and if not, we will go into Bludgeon. So let me just.
Well, I guess if Bludgeon's definitely not be popping and going.
I haven't heard from him.
We'll jump into that.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll do Bludgeon. We'll jump into Bludgeon and.
Primate, you're next.
Primate, you're next if you're able to. If not, Nathan and I will just talk about it. It's all good. Okay, so we got that, and where's my... No, my soundboard stopped working. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
There we go. That's delayed. That's fine. The lightsaber screwed stuff up, but that's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
It was worth it.
Oh.
It was worth it to see the disappointment on your face.
Oh. Anyway,
yeah. So
talk about stuff.
Yeah. So Bludgeon came in, and he is the at least what I'm 99% sure the latest entrant.
For sure.
Yeah.
It came in with less than a week left, if I remember right.
Yep.
It just kind of
for
popped in and was like, new entry, and I was like, okay, and
yep.
made it happen.
Yeah. So I mean, it worked out, and then that was So we'll talk about let's see, let me find Bludgeon's their tactical car door, because the tactical car door was in February, but
That was a pretty early one.
Yeah, but the next one, okay, let's jump over here, and we can do it, and we'll go here.
There we are.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I remember this one was quite baffling for the first several weeks of the competition, not sure exactly what was going to happen. And I can confidently say that the result was not at all anything I was expecting.
Not what I was expecting either. And I got a little worried because we didn't see a lot of updates for them from a while. And I'm like, I want to see what you're thinking of. What do you want to do? But then we got some. They cut up some barricade. They got the alignment, so it's a half dart, half dart barricade. So a little,
which was very confusing, where you have barricade stuff here that's showing it converting to half lengths. And then now suddenly, hey, look, a Mega Magwell that's flywheels. And it's
exactly. Like, a month later, they had the Mega Magwell. They had this flywheel cage in the starting photo. It's right there. So, under the plate. So it was there. Yeah, it's open flywheel. So I knew they were gonna do something with it. It's just.
Yeah, I'd seen the orange stuff. I didn't know what the heck that was.
Yeah. It's just I wasn't sure. It was just like, but yes, okay. So you're gonna do not open. It's I know the word. It's the whole kit. Flycore. Yeah. So yeah, Flycore. I mean, it's right here. But who reads nowadays? We already established
we don't apparently. We're very terrible at that.
You don't read. So yeah, it's set up, and then bam, and.
Yeah, who saw Bullpup Thunderhawk coming?
Was not on my bingo sheet.
No, most definitely not.
And
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, so is it Bullpup or is it Piggyback?
I still would contend that falls under Piggyback, because the main grip and firing blaster and everything is here, and then there's a secondary blaster that hangs off the back.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I come from with it. I'm not saying I'm correct. That's just my interpretation.
Yeah. No,
however, we still have Mega Flywheels and half-length barricade.
Exactly. It's one of those. This is definitely. I don't know if they originally planned to make it for a game or something, but this feels like I made this to solve a problem.
That's kind of the vibes I was getting as well.
Yeah. So
as far as something very purpose-built.
Oh, very, very purpose-built. You got a mag full of megas, and then you got
It kind of feels like somebody was spurned, or something happened to where they said, "Oh yeah," and then this is the build as a result of an "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
To me.
Fair, yeah. And I didn't even read this. Once again, I don't read. The blaster fires from a single trigger. So, it fires. It'll fire the Mega and the half-length at the same time. Which is very
so it's just got a selector switch basically for what blaster you're firing. We got to get better at reading the captions, folks.
Yeah. So it's it works.
That's actually a really cool idea. Instead of running like a secondary trigger, you basically just say, "What do I need to do?" Click, flip it whatever way, and take care of business.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, it works quite well, or at least it does the thing. Someone mentioned when I was going over some of the on Wednesday when I was streaming stuff for the competition. Someone mentioned it reminds them of when they were trying to assign grenade launchers to just standard infantrymen in the military. Like, everyone just got a grenade launcher.
Yay.
Yeah, exactly. Because nothing could go wrong with that. And, yeah, it's, it's
I'm curious how it shoulders. I'm just trying to, in my head, imagine grip, Mega Magwell, another, 3.5, 4 inches it looks like. How's that gonna... I'm curious about the ergonomics.
You're holding it low. You're almost hip firing it while shouldering it.
Yeah.
Is what I'm imagining. But yeah, it's
I'm sure the fact that you're firing, at mega flywheels and stuff. I'm sure that has its own consolation that basically negates any kind of awkward ergonomics. It's one of those where the smile on your face is more important to your brain than any kind of weird, oh, my hand feels awkward where it is. Your brain's like, shut up, keep firing.
Keep firing. Yeah. My only concern is there's I should have reached out to ask him the question. He still has all the ribbing inside. Would the Mega catch up on any of that?
Snag on that. Huh.
Yeah. But I mean, that's
maybe
just
we'll
simple.
do a follow up someday.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's just simple barrel material insert, right? Little
Yeah.
big wide PVC. Get that all chamfered in a line and just throw it in. Yeah, looks it's one of those just functional thing, and I love the name for it, tactical car door. It's subtle, like a car door that you hit people.
Sure.
With. Yeah.
I was hoping to hear what the story was behind the name, but maybe maybe we'll learn that someday. Maybe we
maybe it'll just be a
I
mystery.
recall seeing that in the text.
It's it's one of the wonders of the MERGEMASTERS Discord. Why is this called tactical car door? But yeah, I mean, he's got a little transformer symbol, so maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
Well, Bludgeon.
Bludgeon
Was Pretender.
Pretender.
Different stream, folks.
Fair.
He led the Decepticons for a while, and that was comics. Comics is a whole weird thing that I know that much about.
Mm.
Yeah, the Marvel run was a lot of weird things happened.
Yeah.
A lot of weird things.
Yeah. And I don't know for sure, but I remember because he mentioned he had a lipo that he left at school. So I'll be filming the firing at work, or maybe work. But this looks like a school. So
Maybe he works at a school.
Maybe he's a teacher.
Well, those are clamps on the wall. So...
Yeah, those are definitely clamps at a wall. But look at this. Look at this background. Those are desks. I've been in a high school before, or some sort of workshop class.
It does have some educational vibes there.
Feels educational, almost enough.
Just enough.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you saw where I went there. Okay.
I was waiting for your rim shot there, and you just dropped the ball.
No. You have to have the super delayed rim shot. That's almost not even needed because
it's
you
almost
talked about it. It's in the next.
It's already
zip
like
code.
in the next conversation.
Exactly.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
timing. But yeah, so
we're not good at this.
No, we're not. But it's fine. So we have the.
But we're getting better.
Yeah, slightly. 10%, 5%. Each time.
We're doing better than we are on the tech, but tech has been doing pretty good this time. So
yeah, I've been quite happy with the tech. And then we have Bludgeon's second entry, which, as I mentioned, was very last minute, but it got done at 4:18.
Well, it got posted, and then nothing happened for several days, and I was really concerned and had a whole lot of questions because there's not a lot to go on in that picture besides grip, bipod, and a flywheel cage.
Exactly, but they're technically there's two different blasters there, maybe even more.
No, it qualifies.
It qualifies, and yeah, so I'm like, okay, they got 12 days left. They were being a little ambitious, and
but
1 day left at 3 a.m. We see a picture of the flywheel cage.
Like, oh, he's onto something.
Yeah. And then he's like, okay, wiring that up, figuring stuff out, got a trigger. And then that's the same day. So from starting, I don't know what they started just working on at 3 a.m. and then at 11 p.m. the same day. It's like, here it is.
It's in one piece.
It's in one piece. I mean, and he
It counts.
and he sees the humor in it. It's called Pile of Scrap. Which
Very self-aware.
Yeah. It is just it's I have these bits. Oh wait, these bits all go together. Just L bracketed together. Bam. It works.
Hey, works.
Yeah, it's a nice little.
It's legal and it qualifies and
yeah,
everything else.
it's a nice little tertiary. I don't know if it war legal because most wars don't allow you to have exposed flywheels or electrical, but that's
Everything
cool.
else.
That's not part of the rules. Not part of the rules.
No, we don't care what your local, establishment says about, crap you can run.
We
or
don't, we
can't
don't
run.
care about your safety. We
Our
just
rules are
want to
pretty
see
loose.
cool stuff.
You can threaten people on our show, apparently.
It's fine. Yeah, exactly. As long as it's in good humor. It's all on the internet. As a memeologist from Reddit from the olden times, I'll allow it.
Close enough.
Yep.
And I just like seeing cool things get built, so
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, and I like it. This is a tertiary. Just like I pull this out of my pocket and I unload the clip. And I mean let's see, wait, we do have a video. Let's see if this just like it covers the general area in front of you, as Rival normally does.
Well, I was gonna say that's what its job is.
Yeah. I think that cage has a built-in clip for the mag, but I also
Ooh,
wouldn't
that's
be
neat.
100% sure if that clip is just fully mounted on, and then you would have to ramrod load in, the rival ammo. And either way is good because it strikes me as it's a
functions.
one-time spray everything, and then run away. Yeah. That's good stuff. And it's simple, easy. Simple, easy integration.
Counts.
Yeah. That's the thing is we have a lot of amazing people doing awesome paint jobs, awesome like fusing. You can just make something minimalistic and functional. And
Yeah, we have a lot of creative people as
Yeah.
well.
100%.
Talented, but also just creative as
Yeah.
far as if you gave me that pile of parts in the first picture, I'd go,
What?
okay, where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
There's nothing to work with here, and yet
Exactly.
Behold.
It's a full functional blaster. Electronics and everything. So it works. And that definitely that firing photo, that's definitely a school. Fire extinguisher at the front door. Blue
I got fire
door.
extinguishers at my place. Doesn't make it
Well,
a school.
Yeah, but is it right by the front door?
Visible from the front door.
Yeah. Different coding laws, but yeah.
Very weird coding laws. Anyway,
Yeah. Oh, it's Buff Daddy's cage. Look at that if I read something.
Really?
Flywheel Rival Blaster based on the Rival cage designed by Buff Daddy Nerf that I modified
Buff
to
Daddy,
take...
you scamp. I didn't know he
Oh,
made a rival cage that was somewhat universal.
Yeah. So
Well, where have I been?
Yeah, I mean, Buff Daddy always sneaks his way in everywhere, so... Secret
Well,
Buff
Buff Daddy builds cages for everything. I just didn't know he built cages literally for anything.
Yeah, I mean,
for everything.
he said Bludgeon said he modified it, so it's...
Oh, okay.
It's a slight modification. Yeah. But yeah, Bludgeon, if you're in chat and you want to talk more about your blaster, we'd love to, grab you for a few minutes. We're gonna
Get some answers straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick vote for Bludgeon. The pile of scrap, the simple tertiary blaster is, and as well as for the compact class, and as well as the Gulliver, the
Tactical car door.
Tactical car door, subtle as a car door. Yeah, good stuff. So we'll jump into, bam, and then
We got a primate waiting for us.
Yeah,
So that's perfect.
yeah, it all works out. Where is my button? Get rid of that.
Get rid of that TV.
Yeah.
This is a one TV household. Harumph.
Harumph. But yeah, next For the last one, we have a primate. Let me get this. Yeah. And let me drag primate into chat.
There
yo,
we are.
yo.
Good evening.
Now, if primate can hear us,
Good evening.
follow our voice, primate.
How y'all doing?
Oh, there's something.
Can you
close.
hear us? I heard us. Yeah, I heard us something. He cut out just a little
Oh, I'm
bit.
hoping there's no echo.
There we go.
Not a no. Oh gosh.
How are y'all?
Good.
Doing
good.
great. How you doing?
Can you hear us all right?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You still making noise?
No. Primates, if you can hear us. Primate.
Oh no! Wow, that is a heavy echo.
Yeah. So I would suggest you mute the live stream, and you make sure you just you're just listening to us on Discord. If you can hear us all right. If you want to, yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Almost.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. We got you.
All good. Can you? Yep. We'll just kind of keep talking until we get this set up on your end. Oh no, we lost him.
Oh gosh.
Hang on. Oh. Hang on. Primate.
He disappeared.
He disappeared. Yeah,
I got him.
we got him.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
I guess you've already got his stuff all staged up and ready to go.
yeah,
here.
we're all staged up.
Um,
So we'll just give maybe something
gonna use chat
happen.
because the delay and echo is insane. Why is he getting a delay?
Oh, because so Primate, what I would highly suggest you do when you jump into our chat, you mute the live stream, and you
On the YouTube.
just on YouTube, and you just listen, and then you just talk with us via Discord.
And if you get an echo through Discord, it might be in your audio settings, correct? Is that
There
where?
shouldn't be any echo in Discord. I haven't piped any extra thing in through that. So if you want to do that,
Just you want to give us one more chance?
or yeah, if that doesn't work out, yeah, we could just use go through your stuff, use the delay, and then go through that, and it's all up to you. But yeah, we'll wait for that delay.
Or I guess you could even just pop in and just narrate a thing, and
Narrate.
we'll just keep quiet and not interact until the end, and then
Yeah.
we can rebut with our opinions. And okay, howdy.
Yeah. Dragged him
Howdy,
back
howdy.
in. There we go.
All right, sound good on our end?
No.
Oh, yeah. All right. Can you hear us? All right. I mean, yeah. If it's too echoey for you, you could just narrate, and I could just go through pictures and stuff.
10-4. Let me pull up the actual screen.
Yeah. And we'll jump right in
Okay.
here. But yeah, a little. Who are you? What
No.
do you got?
Sorry, no audio.
Almost no audio. All good. No audio on Discord.
No audio.
Almost. Maybe. Hang on.
Good.
Let's
Try that again.
yeah. Here, let me
Back.
I can see if I can fix that.
I'm gonna go
Hang on.
play with some wires real quick.
Yeah, I can play with some wires. Hang on, don't worry about it.
Hey, everybody.
Coming, primate.
Well, he's got a 6-hour drive ahead of him, so guess for the time being, I don't even have controls over the screen. Gosh, I can't do anything. Oh, was that a trap door?
I didn't know where he lived.
Did you just drive through the basement?
Yes. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Well,
See,
do we want to just kind of scroll through while he sorts out some audio things?
Yeah. So.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it's so with the you just gotta make sure you're listening. Yeah, just answer here. Okay. Yeah, look, Captain. Sometimes the basement trapdoor needs a lot of oil. These things happen.
It doesn't get maintained all that
No.
often.
Dude, I just broke their audio. I just broke their I broke the whole stream.
Whole stream. It's fine. It's all good.
I just got to answer in chat. I can't everything.
We hear
I
you
just
just
started
fine.
echoing. I just caused an echo that went on for like 6 minutes. Yeah.
Weird.
We hear you just fine, and I don't think we're getting. Are we getting echo in? Everyone else?
We're not hearing anything on this end. Hello, chat. How are things going out there?
Yeah, all if it's too echoey and it's you can't figure it out, primate, no worries. Then we'll just work on. We'll just have you listen and chat, and then just kind of answer questions and stuff.
Yeah, we'll just talk about your stuff positively and carry on.
Yeah, but we have the
with your blessing.
Yeah, we have the raw dog, which is the a half length mega, which is very cool.
Which is very unexpected.
Yeah. Select fire. And
which is a lot more than I expected initially on this build.
Oh, yeah.
At first, when I saw the flywheel cage going into it, I thought it was just going to be a Talon conversion, and it's a much, much, much more than that.
Oh yeah. No, it's I didn't even know what to expect out of this when I was first looking at it. It was just like, okay,
yeah,
huh.
Well, there seems to be like an auto pusher up there, and
it's a Ninja Turtle, and
stuff got really weird there for a minute.
It's primate. Things get weird. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so it's so they started modding it. It looks like we got a Nerf Duino. Not Nerf. I keep calling it Nerf Duino. That's a whole circuit board. Out of Darts is Neutron.
You could use them together though, probably.
You can. Yeah. And then so then you start setting up stocks and everything for it, which I didn't even realize that's a different color than the final picture. Holy cow.
Go back to the final real quick. Did that stock stay?
Did that stock stay? I think that is that the same stock?
What about the no, I think that's the original stock.
Okay.
If I remember right. Okay. I was gonna say was. Whew,
I was gonna say I don't remember that that stock that color, but yeah. So I guess that was
even just that extra bulk added to it, which is not a bad look.
It's not bad. I like it, but
it's actually kind of surprising.
I guess it didn't work out. Or the Ninja Turtle ate it. Added the chronograph thing.
Chrono barrel.
Barrel. Which is very nice. Very nice.
It fits on there really nice. Like those angles are just perfect.
Oh yeah. I mean, every time that primate gets back in, I'm gonna keep dragging him in to see if anything works. But I'm assuming we're gonna talk about this thing until one or the other thing happens. It's all good.
Feel free to start talking. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
we heard that. Yeah.
Like I said, let's keep dragging. Oh.
I don't know why there's such a huge delay on the audio.
There shouldn't be. Not in Discord. There's a delay on audio on the stream. It just sounds like
Well,
that you're getting
I
the.
did not end up keeping that rear stock. I thought it was a little bit too bulky. It did fit pretty good, but I did not end up keeping that.
Yeah.
Fair. And then now with the audio delay, he should hear us the questions about the chrono. So we're playing with some time travel stuff now, which is all good.
Yeah,
Wait, I
yeah,
heard
that's another one of those things. It was a time crunch, and I did not have time to wire the chrono in. That'll be like, I guess the 2.0 stage. That's when I.
fair. Wait,
No,
are,
that's fair.
can you hear us in real time now?
I'm kind of hoping so. I'm not
Yeah.
actually watching the
Oh.
video stream at the moment,
Oh.
so I can't see what you're looking at. Because the
Oh, that's
moment
fine.
that I open it, it starts this crazy delay.
Ah, weird.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Well, hey, at least we're talking though.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so we'll
that's
describe
cool.
what we're looking at.
Yeah, you know what your blaster looks like.
Yeah, you know what your blast. We're assuming. We're hoping. And then
I
of
do,
course
yeah.
you broke your little snips. That was
Yeah,
a fatal
that
tragedy.
was-
Did-
yeah, it was some Harbor Freight jaunts.
Yeah.
I got a couple pairs, and I was just using the hell out of them. So yeah, it ended up snapping. So I just got another pair. It's like
Yeah.
what, $4.95.
Something like that. Yeah, had a little funeral for it. These things happen. And then you started putting things on that barricade in the front.
I can't believe how well that fits. That still just boggles the mind that it just fits there.
I pulled out the calipers, and I just started measuring and looking at all the stuff that I had, and I was like, oh, that kind of seems like it would line up. And I knew from an older, God, it was like a r/nerf post way back in the day. I can't remember who did it, but they took some sort of a mega with a mag that's not a Nerf branded one, and they chopped a barricade, and they made basically like a mega strife.
That sounds like Buff Daddy's. It was
That's Buff Daddy.
kind of
Yeah, it was
boss.
Buff Daddy.
Boss?
No,
Yeah,
when
he
I
was
saw that, I
boss.
was like, okay, so you can fit, streamlined megas through,
Yeah.
like, no problem. And then I kind of wondered if you could fit the Accu megas through there.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tight fit, but it works.
Crazy.
So I got a hold of somebody else you guys may know, Dead Man's Foam, and got him to work me up a set of flywheels that would fit in the barricade cage that are a little bit more concave. And
you got custom wheels on it?
Say again?
You got custom wheels on it?
Yes, custom wheels by Dead Man's Foam.
Interesting.
It's Krakens, and it's running on the battery that I got from you guys last year. The core.
Yeah. The FTW. Yeah.
It's really all I could fit inside that tiny little body, and it's just enough for like 2 mags.
Yep. It's the whole set. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this tiny battery that's like your secondary, so you're not going to use it too much.
Yeah.
And
no, it's definitely a dump the mag and drop it kind of thing. Like it's a pray and spray type of thing. I definitely didn't make it as any sort of a. It's not a primary, that's for sure.
It does work.
Yeah, no, it does work, and it looks like it feels nice.
Yeah.
It's like some of this in the integration. Just the front half it looks so smooth, and that was like I don't know. There's points
I got to be honest with you. That's my first real kind of trying to do putty work and spot putty and trying to make everything really really smooth. So it's the very first time I've ever had to do that.
Oh wow!
Everything else has been just kind of chopping at a certain angle and putty it into place and kind of hope for the best.
Just flexing on everybody.
Like
this is my don't worry about it. It's just my first time doing it, and it looks amazing.
Well, it's got some flaws. I mean, it could use some improvement, that's for sure. But with everything inside of it, the battery, the Noid, the flywheels, and that 3D printed moose mag, it weighs as much as almost a real steel.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
It's just packed full of everything.
Yeah, solenoid goes a long way as far as weight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
That was kind of the issue that I ran into a lot, was alignment with the Noid. It's the first time I've ever messed with one, and
Yeah.
I was, looking at different ways to do a select fire. Some people were using wiper relays
Mm.
and blinker relays and things like that. And when I started looking into it, and I found blinker relays are not really meant for like long-term duty. So I
Yeah.
started looking into like the 555 timers and all of that stuff, and delving really deep into that. And I kind of
yeah.
went, what would you say? Kind of went down a rabbit hole
Yep.
with just that itself.
Yep.
And I think that kind of derailed the build a little bit. It would have been a lot better if it was just a semi-auto.
Yeah, but
all the
you
way through. I would have been done
learned
more.
something.
yeah.
You figured stuff out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the pictures of those wheels.
I will. I'll post as soon as I can.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see the barricade shell close with the wheels in, and the other picture before that.
I think when I had the during the pictures, I was just using the stock barricade wheels.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because I'd love to see those. So he just
Because
hand
with
laid
3D
them,
printed,
or he 3D printed?
I'm sorry, say again.
Did he hand lay them, or did he
They're
3D
3D.
print them?
They're 3D printed, but because of that, I had to just like the very last second, I had to kind of like heat them and tweak them.
Yeah.
You know how that works.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
get
know.
you.
Yeah. So, but in the final demo video, I was using the printed flywheels on that.
Nice.
Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah.
the little kick out stock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I I started taking apart blasters a while ago and just kind of using parts for whatever. Whenever I ended up, just you accumulate springs over time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking at this little magnetic, screw holder that I have, and I see this spring, and I was like, oh, that'll do it. I don't have to pull it back manually, at least
Yeah.
at that point. So then I just started chopping away and spent a whole day and a half on that, just like, hey, how can I make this spring loaded?
Yeah.
I figured that'd be
Those
kind
little side projects that
of
you
that'd be kind
discover
of cool.
something and suddenly you're going
Yeah.
in an entirely different direction.
Right. Exactly, another
Yes.
rabbit hole.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to jump down a few rabbit
happens.
holes. Things happen. Let's see. I don't know if this is. I don't
It's kind
know.
of like
We're
the
gonna see what
spring-loaded
happens.
sight. Like when you originally deploy a Bulldog, the stock comes out and the sight is supposed to flip up.
Ah.
And so I wanted to kind of do that like 2.0. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
side effect only cooler.
Yeah. I don't think this is gonna work. I have to look at this on a major delay. But we'll.
Oh, yeah, that's
Because I can't see
that
anything
frame.
when I make it full screen.
It's out of frame.
Oh no!
Like,
Oh well.
like we saw just the very tippy top of the video.
Damn. Okay. That's yeah.
We'll get better about the video integration later
Yeah,
on.
but the
Integration
fact.
videos.
Yeah.
And it's
The fact
whatever.
that
Y'all can see it.
Yeah, oh yeah, we can see it. I can see it, that's all I care about. Other people
Right.
can look at it too on the Discord. But yeah, the fact that the stock bumps out and it's just it's so good. So good. And then
Yeah.
how you have those pieces that you just like carried over from the barricade shell using the hailfire bits.
Oh, yeah, the Hellfire bits and the Trailblazer.
The Hellfire was on the left side where there isn't a flywheel bump or a motor bump. So I was like, I kind of have to balance it out a little bit, and I just had the Hellfire handle sitting around, and I tried a couple different positions, and I ended up shortening it a lot and kind of blending it together, and yeah, it's kind of what I ended up with.
It works.
Yeah,
It
no,
works
it's-
so well.
Subtle.
Yeah. And so as I've been asking a lot of people, how do paint good? How do?
How to paint good?
How do
Oh,
paint
crap.
good?
Oh my gosh. Well, in my situation, I'm in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and it's starting to get around 80 degrees on average outside. It's like 1,000% humidity.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the time, what I'll do is just kind of place it. I know it sounds really ghetto. Place it right by the front door and spritz it down. Then I'll move it kind of closer into the house and just put a fan blowing toward the door.
Okay.
It was really the only option I had. I didn't have any other place to paint it, so I just kind of had to make do with what I had with that. You know.
Nah, it worked.
It worked really damn well. It looks phenomenal.
So no,
Yeah.
the paint is not a perfect match. It's very very close, but it's not a perfect match.
Well, I don't think you could get more perfect.
It's pretty
I know I
damn
had to look
good.
at it several times and go, well, now how did he do that? How did he, how did you blend that so well? But it looks like
Yeah.
you got everything around the
Yeah.
track where the stock slides in.
Yes, yeah.
So-
I had to kind of sand that down, and then I actually took some acetone on a rag to just kind of make it smooth in that area
Yeah.
before sanding in it and painting it.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it came out nice.
Yeah.
I will say though, the hand painting details, the silver,
Yep.
I had a lot of fun doing that. I got
Nice.
the little tiny micro Tamiya paintbrushes, and so that might be something I might kind of throw into my arsenal, is a little bit more hand painting.
Yeah, you did great on it, man. I mean, it looks clean. It just looks factory. And
Well, I
it's-
appreciate it.
Yeah, no, you do.
Thank you.
Do good work, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you got it, completed and everything. I
What
know
was
you
I-
had a little bit of
what
trouble.
was I saying though about pulling up to the finish line with 4 flat tires and a blown engine? What was that what I said?
That's
I
all.
Still
called
counts.
it, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. You cross the finish line, and
I
that's
told
all,
you.
Yeah, and that's as we say, you kind of everyone's building their own trophy more than less.
Right.
You
Even
completed
if you
something
cross the
amazing.
finish line backwards on a tow truck, you still
Doesn't matter.
cross.
You still crossed. You still finished. You learned
Counts.
stuff. You went down a lot of different rabbit holes. I personally apologize for not getting my select fire board out quicker to make you that would have made your life a lot
Yeah, I know.
easier.
You really razzed me about that when
Yeah.
you found out that I was using a Noid other than yours. I heard that last time around. you didn't seem to be too happy about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Luke makes
No,
good
just-
stuff, and we're sold out anyway because all our solenoids are being held by customs.
It's just
yeah.
little old me trying to, order a Noid.
Yeah. No, I get you. But yeah, no, it's good, and it's
Yeah.
like it's the pop out stock, just the functionality. Mega
Yeah.
half length. Are these like direct half length megas, or you just chop them directly in half, or?
I downloaded a 3D printed a jig.
Yep.
To be able to slide mega darts into and cut them, but the ones that you're seeing were actually ordered directly from Moose.
Oh.
Okay.
I ordered 2 Moose mags, and I ordered a whole bunch of half darts from him.
Oh, perfect.
So that's how that showed up. So I guess shout out to him too. Yeah.
Shout out to Moose.
Nice. Worth
Got it.
shouting out.
Yeah.
That's a nice little thing you built.
Yeah.
It like at first glance, there's nothing that indicates it's not stock. Not an original piece. Just everything ties together so well. And
Needs a little refining. I want to put I definitely want to do the chrono on there, which is like I said, it was just a time crunch kind of thing. But with that, I think it would really tie it all together. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
try. I'm gonna try to do that within the next couple weeks or so, and
Nice.
keep you guys updated.
Yeah, no,
Heck yeah.
we'd love to see it. But yeah, if you want to give us a little vote for me, a little spiel,
Oh,
go for it.
Keep it humble. I wasn't joining this expecting to win anything, just like the last one. And if people want to vote for me, vote for me. But just keep in mind, everybody did a lot better than me. So it's not, just pick who you want to pick. I'm just like I said, I'm just gonna be like everybody else was, super humble about it. I can't take any credit for what I did. It took too damn long, really.
It was it's good. I see.
It took me too damn
Next
long.
year we need to enforce a rule of like some WWE smack talk. Civil, but just people just going at it. Because you said people did, but no, everyone did amazing, and that includes
Yeah.
You are part of everyone. So yeah,
Everybody
it's-
everybody did a great job this year. I feel like I did a little bit less than they did.
No.
So
You went down 2 rabbit holes, and you crossed that finish line. Doesn't matter how you crossed it.
well,
Yeah.
Who
I
else has
appreciate
a little
you guys.
half-fly wheel
This year's been
bullfight
awesome, just like last year.
Mm.
I think these Merge Master competitions are just going to do nothing but get better and better.
Oh yeah, that's what we're hoping. That's what we're hoping.
I'm kind of hoping to not wait another 12 months for another one. Let's just keep this thing going.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the
it's a lot of hard work, right?
Yeah, exactly. Things are in the
I
background.
get it.
Yeah, it's because it's not just it's not just some it's not just you crossing the finish line on a tow truck. We're also like being on in wheelchairs, like ugh.
I get it.
But no, I'm proud of you, man. It's a great build. Vote for Raw Dog by Primate. It's good stuff. And thanks for
There you go.
jumping on, and thanks for sticking out, getting your audio working.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. This has been a really fun competition to be involved in, just like last year, and I hope to do it again next year.
Cool. Yeah, we hope to see you next year as well.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a date.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, it's nice talking to you, man. We'll talk soon.
Have a good night.
Sir.
Later. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Whew. Nice.
Yeah, that is
Good one.
everyone. Yeah, that is
All right.
everyone. I'm proud of you all for
Fantastic work.
for finishing. We have 20 final blasters, and
Pretty good.
spread out through
That's pretty
the
good.
categories. Should we get that thing?
Let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing. People like the thing.
Things are about to happen. Hang
Yeah.
on.
Initializing thing, copying the thing, making sure it's not the publishing one.
Don't do that. That stuff would get pretty wild pretty quick.
The fight begins. But yeah, for those who stuck it out through the stream and who's been watching, we appreciate you guys. I am about to drop the voting link into the chat. I will throw it in the Discord. Please share it. Please, everyone is welcome to vote. And we just share it around. All we ask is that they vote for all 3 classes. That's the only stipulation. They can
If it's one of your followers or whatever from your own little fan base or whatever, and they're just going to vote for you, ask them to vote in the other classes as well, just so we get a little bit more of a rounded voting pattern, I guess.
Yeah.
And just gives everybody a chance.
Exactly. Yeah. Throw it around. We'll have some people throw it around on Maryland Mayhem. It's
share it on your personal socials and all that kind of stuff. Throw the link out wherever it's convenient.
Yeah, share it everywhere. It will be up for 10 days, right? Let me look at the
I think
schedule.
technically it's 12.
So, all right, we have our schedule.
Right.
I'm
Check the
just
schedule.
adding suspense. So it's up for 8 days. 8 days in total.
That's
Yeah,
not
voting
right.
closes 12. Yeah, May 12th. It's like a Monday to Monday scenario.
Oh, that's right. It's May 12th.
May 12th.
Gosh, I thought we gave it an extra time. I thought we were going to do a
No,
week.
we have extra time so that way we can, sort up all the ceremony stuff.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, but it seems like with Maryland in there, we gave it an extra few minutes, but that's not looking like it. Well,
No, there we go. I'm gonna throw that in. Enough suspense. Bam, go vote.
boom,
And
go
then
vote,
Go
go
vote.
share.
Throw this in here. Let me go back to this screen so that way people can't see certain things. And we'll turn off that
Sneaky
one.
business.
And then it's just so they can't see my shorthand stuff for posting in MERGEMASTERS. So everyone, go vote. Yes. No one can see the results until we're done. If you can, and I missed something, please privately message me. My private message, I always get a lot, so I have to go through them. I usually go through them over the weekend. But message me and also at me on the MERGEMASTER Discord if you can see the results, because you're not supposed to. But I'm pretty sure I've set that all up. Yep. Go vote MERGEMASTER 25. And so share that around. Do all that stuff. We'll have a little bit over a week of voting. And
We'll post some updates, I think. I know last year about like the first 24 hours we posted kind of a little sneak peek, and about halfway through we posted something. So we might, if we get some interesting stuff, we might share some kind of hidden information just showing off the breakdown, but not who's winning necessarily.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll have some fun with it.
We'll have some fun. I'll be streaming throughout the next couple of weeks as well, just to show it off. And obviously we have the May 11th stream. That's a little quick stream.
Basically just gonna pop in and say hi, and that's gonna be about it.
Exactly.
But it's still gonna happen.
Yeah. But for that, everyone, if you're going to Maryland Mayhem, have fun. Share this around. I'm gonna make a QR code of this as well, so people can scan their phone, because you can easily just vote as long as you have some sort of Google Gmail account. You can you could just vote away and tag some zombies
for everybody.
Yeah. But any kind of closing thoughts on the finalists?
No. I mean, I think we said an awful lot, and I think everybody else said an awful lot. We've had just some amazing talent and some amazing creative builds this year, and I'm excited to see how it all shakes out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's awesome talent as always. Some of these builds I really got to think on, because everyone gets one vote.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to figure out, may the best modder win. And I guess until next time,
we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Or I guess in just a week. So
I'll see you next.